They don't really have any more utility. Shots come through. 3 on the round for Blanc, and he's going to find his 4th of the round. Welcome in, everybody, to yet another stream today. Going to have some Rocket League action in the NECC. We got Jobin and Fundy. How we doing, brother?
Doing good, doing good. Back on the mic once again here tonight, and some Rocket League. You know, I feel like this is like me and Jobin. This is like the classic this year, just us coming in for some Rocket League, and boy, do we got a game for you tonight. Week 3 of NECC. We're going to have the Saints up against South Carolina Gamecocks here, and this should be a game.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
It's definitely a word. Yeah, I think we've seen South Carolina. I think we saw them in Overwatch last year. I think we saw them in Rocket League at some point. So it's a team familiar with. They are a very, very large school. If you watch like college football, college basketball, you'll have heard of the school at least. So shouldn't be that unfamiliar. It's not some random club or anything. So should always be a pretty decent game back and forth. I know the Saints started off 0-1 in NECC though, and then obviously they had the heartbreaking run in CRL. So they're looking to come out and try to get a win finally, because I mean, get that mental back on board.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the Saints, you know, they've definitely got the momentum behind them. Like, you know, you take that heartbreaking loss in CRL, and it is what it is, but you really just got to rally back and, like, you got to play your heart out, because we've seen, you know, even in that tournament, right, we've seen the level of play that these players can aspire to, and you can't really take that 1 or 2 losses to some of these really top tier teams to heart. I think you just got to keep playing, and you just got to keep violating. I love that word this year.
I know, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. The one thing is, I think losing to Valleyfield, then Stockton, and then the other Penn State team, there's not really like, you're not feeling too bad about that, obviously. Exactly. And if you're going to lose games, it's okay to lose to those higher tier teams, at least as long as you learn from it, you know, take what you learn and now run into the seasons with it. Although, as per Rocket League usual, we are going to see a slightly different roster than we saw, I believe, for the CRL qualifier. So I think it's going to be Kamal, Quinton, Spoots going to be lacing it up on the pitch today. So a little bit of a variation in the approach, but we've seen all 3 players perform at a high level in CRL qualifiers or otherwise. So I don't suspect anything will get taken away as far as, you know.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, there's been enough series, you know, we've casted enough series to know no matter what 3 are coming in from this roster, you're going to get a good show, and you're going to get, you know, a solid play coming out of all of them. You're going to see your duo plays. You're going to see a trio play from all of them, but it really doesn't matter at this point, this roster. Like, it's so deep, and it really just comes down to who's playing on the night of. Yeah,
and that's between academy and varsity here and there. So having a 7 or 8 man roster definitely helps, especially rotating people in and out. If someone's sick, someone can't make it, it's good to have a long backup. And then, of course, in unusual Rocket League fashion, though, we are actually still waiting on the lobby, though. So not going to get caught mid-goal, you know, during the intro this time. So we'll catch you guys on a really quick break just on the other side, NECC Rocket League.
Roster this year is just unstoppable so far.
Blaz coming back in for Blaz after that last one. Already picked up a couple of kills, 3 kills actually. So feeling pretty good, you know, starting to take that kill lead. And progress at A, progress at B, it looks like as well. They're just controlling both of these points at this point, which is a little bit odd, I want to say, on control. Normally you don't expect that.
Yeah, normally you don't, but when you've got players like Priestley who can literally sit here and solo cap
a minute 38, that's such a long time to be on in such a fast-paced game. You know, every single minute counts, but even then, every single kill they're getting counts as well. They're doubled up on the lives they've got.
Yeah, and one thing we saw from the Academy team earlier this week, a very good way to clear off that tank, was they had 2 players with lineups just cook nades until they would pop at the perfect timing, and they were able to grab 1 or 2 kills and just absolutely clear out that control point there.
And the 3 players are able to run around getting kills as they wish. You know, you're feeling pretty good about themselves, but of course this is going to swap over. We'll see how Northeast can do on the offense this time.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, wow, Bendy, that barrel going to be poking out, and those destructible walls are the death of Northeastern here. 2 kills are, or 4 kills already coming out now for the Saints in this defending round. Bendy, how many can he find here? There's 1. Second one not going to be found. Walls are the death of Northeastern here. 2 kills are, or 4 kills already coming out now for the Saints in this defending round. Bendy, how many can he find here? There's 1. Second one not going to be found. Sino, line them up. 1, 2, 3. 22 lives now left for Northeastern as all of the map control goes into the Saints' hands.
Yeah, and I think the only downside about this round so far is that Relaz lost their streak right off the go, but
yeah. Second tick now about to be grabbed here at A. Nobody really in time from Northeastern to rotate against this, as We saw, I believe it was Bendy early on in this round, try to go grab that B site here, and once again, another solo push towards B here from Bendy as a lot of that pressure going over to the other side of the map. If he even gets like half this tick and his team can rotate in time, then that was so worth the early sacrifice. Early on in this round, try to go grab that B site here, and once again, another solo push towards B here from Bendy as a lot of that pressure going over to the other side of the map. If he even gets like half this tick and his team can rotate in time, then that was so worth the early sacrifice. Relaz taking down Sino as well there. We actually see so many more team kills in COD than I was expecting, and Priestley, there's the end. This Saints roster this year is just unstoppable so far.
Relaz coming back in for Blaz after that last one. Already picked up a couple of kills, three kills actually. So feeling pretty good, you know, starting to take that kill lead. And progress at A, progress at B, it looks like as well. They're just controlling both of these points at this point, which is a little bit odd, I want to say, on control. Normally you don't expect that.
Yeah, normally you don't, but when you've got players like Priestley who can literally sit here and solo cap
a minute 38, that's such a long time in COD in such a fast-paced game. You know, every single minute counts, but even then, every single kill they're getting counts as well. They're doubled up on the lives they've got.
Yeah, and one thing we saw from the Academy team earlier this week, a very good way to clear off that tank, was they had two players with lineups just cook nades until they would pop at the perfect timing, and they were able to grab one or two kills and just absolutely clear out that control point there.
And the three players were able to run around getting kills as they wish. You know, you're feeling pretty good about themselves, but of course this is going to swap over. We'll see how Northeastern do on the offense this time.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, wow, Bendy, that barrel going to be poking out, and those destructible walls are the death of Northeastern here. 2 kills are, or 4 kills already coming out now for the Saints in this defending round. Bendy, how many can he find here? There's one. Second one not going to be found. Walls are the death of Northeastern here. 2 kills are, or 4 kills already coming out now for the Saints in this defending round. Bendy, how many can he find here? There's one. Second one not going to be found. Sino, line them up. 1, 2, 3. 22 lives now left for Northeastern as all of the map control goes into the Saints' hands.
Yeah, and I think the only downside about this round so far is that Relaz lost his streak right off the go, but
yeah, second tick now about to be grabbed here at A. Nobody really in time from Northeastern to rotate against this, as we saw, I believe it was Bendy early on in this round, try to go grab that B site here, and once again, another solo push towards B here from Bendy as a lot of that pressure going over to the other side of the map. If he even gets like half this tick and his team can rotate in time, then that was so worth the early sacrifice. Early on in this round, try to go grab that B site here, and once again, another solo push towards B here from Bendy as a lot of that pressure going over to the other side of the map. If he even gets like half this tick and his team can rotate in time, then that was so worth the early sacrifice. Relaz taking down Sino as well there. We actually see so many more team kills in COD than I was expecting, and Priestley, there's the end. This Saints roster this year is just unstoppable so far.
Relaz coming back in for Blaz after that last one. Already picked up a couple of kills, so 3 kills actually. So feeling pretty good, you know, starting to take that kill lead. And progress at A, progress at B, it looks like as well. They're just controlling both of these points at this point, which is a little bit odd, I want to say, on control. Normally you don't expect that.
Yeah, normally you don't, but when you've got players like Priestley who can literally sit here and solo cap
a minute 38, that's such a long time in COD in such a fast-paced game. You know, every single minute counts, but even then, every single kill they're getting counts as well. They're doubled up on the lives they've got.
Yeah, and one thing we saw from the Academy team earlier this week, a very good way to clear off that tank, was they had 2 players with lineups just cook nades until they would pop at the perfect timing, and they were able to grab 1 or 2 kills and just absolutely clear out that control point there.
And the 3 players were able to run around getting kills as they wish. You know, you're feeling pretty good about themselves, but of course this is going to swap over. We'll see how Northeastern do on the offense this time.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, wow, Bendy. Welcome back, everybody, from our quick little break there. And now that we've got these teams joining up into the lobby here, we are going to be kicking off week 3 in just a moment here. Any predictions before we get started here, Jobin?
All right, bold statement. The boys are still, a little bit miffed about CRL and how things went. I'm going to say 3-0 for the Saints. I'm going to go live by my convictions today. The wise words of Nitrix once back then, talking about how good the teams are. So I'm going to go with the 3-0, and I'm going to stick to my guns.
Yeah, I like to hear the confidence out from you. Me, on the other hand, like you said, South Carolina, we've seen this school before. I'm going to have to call it a 3-1 for the Saints. I still think the Saints are going to take this. We've talked about just how strong this roster is, but I could definitely see South Carolina putting up, some resistance up against them.
Yeah, so we're actually going to see Quint using the Scarab in this game. So not the usual vehicle of choice, weapon of choice that we're going to see. And just like that, South Carolina going to jump out to a 1-0 lead. And not sure if it's because of the Scarab or not, but something to look out for as the game goes on here.
Yeah, I told you, Jobin, you can't count these guys out there. Scarab not able to get its big body in the way there in time, but can't forget about these guys. 1-0 now for South Carolina. Only 30 seconds into the game, too. A quick one off of them. This is it's just funny to look at.
It's so cute. And I don't know
if that's the word I'd use.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Kamal gonna get the demo now. Quint's in the Scarab, gonna be going for this little flicking up off the nose there. Not gonna find exactly what he's looking for. Now Spoots gonna take the disguiser, maybe try to find something, try to get this one by a defender, but Katz is gonna be there to put a stop to it. And once again, South Carolina passing play over the middle, tic-tac-toe, and Katz up to 2 goals.
Yeah, Katz got these angles and Solar on these passes. Look at that one. Kamal not in time there. Yeah, that Scarab just killing me though. I can't take it seriously.
I know. I literally look at it and I start cracking up.
It's like if Stewie Griffin was like a Rocket League car. It's just like the opposite of what you think it should be shaped.
Quint reset off the ceiling with the Scarab. Not going to find quite the angle though. Back out to the middle there. South Carolina taking possession again. Going to try to get these passing plays going. They've worked out very, very well so far. They have, I believe, 2 goals off of 2 shots. So efficiency in the cards for them. Quint going to go for the dive there. Going to be Spoots on the follow. Going to get bumped away, though. Now it's going to be Kamal for the follow. Ball is going to fly up there. Demo does come through, but once again, Saints are going to double commit the ball, it looks like. So not a whole lot of offensive output from the Saints so far. $1.50 in here.
Yeah, Quint doing his best to keep it in this zone here. Nice little save from Og. Kamal going to be fighting for it deep, but there's the clear from South Carolina. Oh, Quint there getting the Scarab in the way. Sending it back towards the South Carolina zone. No passing play. Going to be good off Kamal, though, as he's going to whiff that ball.
It's almost hard to see Quint's car watching the game. If you didn't have the longest orange name bar in the game, I'd honestly have a hard time seeing his car in some of these playouts. But South Carolina, once again, threatening in the Saints. And going to be a misplay. Ball is going to not get knocked away, but it will miss the net, luckily, for the Saints. Now Spoots take to the air, try to set up Quint over the middle here. He's going to get contested there. All going to be there for the touch. Back in South Carolina's end now. The Saints trying to find something here, trying to find any shot on net right now of any value. Great shot there. Solar is going to deny it, and right back the other way. Almost going to splash that one in, but not going to go in. So the Saints still down by 2, and we are now at the midway point of game 1.
Yeah, not that I wasn't expecting this out of South Carolina, but I wasn't expecting the speed of it. That first goal, getting them that lead, and then Katz coming in off an amazing pass there. Grabbing the second. Now we're 2 minutes left in the game, and the Saints haven't really done much of anything.
I was going to say, not that they haven't necessarily maybe found the good bounces or stuff's gone their way. Yeah, it feels like they haven't really got anything going. They've had a couple okay passing plays trying to find something, but right now, as I said, like the shot before, really nothing of substantial value. They haven't found those good one-timers like we saw them find previous weeks. They haven't found those individual plays, trying to get that spark going, get on the board there. We're going to see Quint into the corner with the Scarab here. Going to go for the touch. Maybe a Saint can follow, but it will be knocked out by Katz. Now Kamal playing this midline, just trying to keep it in South Carolina's end, because the Saints, they're starting to pretty quickly run out of time here.
Yeah, minute 30 left on that clock here, and all of these shots from South Carolina, they're running out that clock even more. Demo coming out from Solar. Solar actually goes for the 50-50 with Quint, as now Quint taking it up this sideline, but that car is just too stubby to hit the ball. Kamal now bounces over towards midfield here. Katz coming in with another angle from above, but it's not as solid as a shot as before. Og going to be saving it as Solar South Carolina got to try and clear this out before the Saints get something going.
Yeah, the only good thing is the Saints, for all the time they spent in South Carolina's end, I don't think they've had more than 2 shots. Cat's going to knock one down over the middle. Og, there for the follow. Now the third man comes. Solar going to be there for what Man, my 3-0's looking pretty shoddy already at the end of game 1. You're 51 seconds to play, and South Carolina going to increase the lead to 3. And not the start you were looking for, and I'll be honest, maybe the Scarab wasn't the choice.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, truthfully, I can't tell you what's giving, but something's giving in Saints defense right now. I mean, Quint running up midfield with Scarab, but I don't know. Is it really that bad of like a pick?
I mean, just look at the hitbox.
Yeah, I guess. Like,
you know what I mean? I'm sure that players can make it work at like high level depending, but as you can see, you know, there's a couple times where that little bit, that nose extension, if you're using the Octane to the Fennec, you're going to get the touch on those balls and you're going to get a little more pop on them, and just, it's really hard when you're driving around a golf ball, you know?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, as Spoods on the rotation, 90 boost to his name, clearing it high. Ooh, he's sending it deep, but Katz is there to touch it off of the post, and this is pretty well all but closed out for South Carolina here. That is going to be game 1. Going over to him, taking this 1-0 Saints. Now down. Not something we say often in a Saints Rocket League broadcast, but, you know, it's nice to see them have a taste of their own medicine for a little bit.
I'll be honest, I feel partially responsible. I haven't called for a 3-0 in, I swear, 6 months, and the second I called for and said, I'm sticking to my guns, I'm convicted, immediately get 3-0'd by South Carolina in game 1. So now, look to be on the bounce back trail. Game 1, just put that one in the past. Let's forget about that one. We'll cut it from the VOD later on. Just ignore it. Just go into game 2 with a fresh mindset and try to get back in here, because they just definitely didn't play like themselves or to the standard that we would have expected maybe, and I'm sure they feel it too, so we'll have to see what kind of adjustment going into game 2 here.
Yeah, and granted, like, I'm not going to say Quint's using the Scarab, but Quint's using the Scarab, so we're going to be seeing that pretty well for the rest of the series now, as here we are getting
he
he switched it. Okay, I didn't know that, actually. I thought you had to go. I thought he had to leave all the way out of the lobby to switch it back up, and there it is, right off the top. Spoods coming in with one, assisted by Kamal. Now, maybe the Saints have gotten a little more serious after that.
That's a very, very good sign. I would suspect that they may have went, okay, we tried this, and that's kind of the thing with the seasons early on in the weeks. Like, not that when you even play bad teams, you want to limit test, especially in a game like Rocket League, where, you know, like, the standard is the standard at this point for the most part. But to go back and forth now, they realize, okay, we dropped one, come back, find this regain, find this next game, and just like that. Early goal, but South Carolina not going to go away. They're going to try to get this one back.
Yeah, like, some of these guys on this Rocket League team just mess around sometime.
Yeah, Rocket League players.
Yeah, Rocket League players. What are you going to do? As Spoods setting one up midfield here. Going to be touched by Og, over to Katz. Solar set up for a hit, but it's Kamal coming in through the air. And now Quint, that should be a good breakaway. Katz just in time. Quint not able to find that touch off of Spoods.
Now Kamal going to get possession, try to fake the defenders out. Is still going to have the ball, going to win 2 50s back-to-back. So Kamal, 3 defenders all out of place, but Katz is going to get back there for the play. Send it toward the middle now, trying to find that passing pitch. Is going to get the demo, though. Great save there by Og on the goal line. Quint did get the shot on net there. Now Og, once again, trying to track it overhead here. Quint going to go for the second touch. Going to misfire that one to the left, and now I believe it's Kamal there on the wing. Trying to find the play here. Actually going to be Spoods. Now Katz, once again, trying to get this breakout for South Carolina. It's been a lot slower offensively for, Carolina this game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you didn't get that momentum off of that initial play there, and Spoods finding number 2 there. Another one assisted by Kamal, actually assisted by Solar a little bit there. Yeah.
You'll take that one all day, all night for the Saints. We're going to see Mr. Monsoon come out there at the end of the goal there, and the Saints going to take that early 2-0 lead now, looking much better in game 2 to start things off. In South Carolina, in Rocket League, time is of the essence. There's still plenty of time to play with Spoods. Great little fake out there on the wall. And going to get a little musty flip there. Kamal will get the demo. So the Saints, trying to show off a little bit now. They got the lead. You can tell they're trying to, spin the tires a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Quint trying to get something off of the air there, but really just going to be a reset into a clear here for South Carolina. Fuller trying to tap it into setup position. Og actually keeps it in Saints zone for a few more seconds, so could give him some time to set something up. Katz really likes those aerial setups with Solar there.
Yeah. Yeah, Cat seems to be, you know, the point guard, the distributor, always trying to ride up those walls, get the ball down to the middle, find the pinch for either Og or Solar to pop him, just as you said. Spoods is going to take out Og on that far side, but now the Saints got some space to play with. Spoods going to dodge one in the air, go for the little reset here. Actually, is going to win the pinch there, but back to the way goes Cats, and going to have a lot of space to work with. Going to go for the flick, but not going to quite find the net there. Kamal, great job to play that goal line with, I believe it was Spoods, shutting that one down for the time being. South Carolina going to misfire there. Now Quint's going to try to make a play. He's got some space, and he has Spoods, so what will the play be? Quint not going to be able to weave that one in, going to get shut down.
Yeah, solo play not going to be good. Cat's there just in time, and he found a good angle to just shut down Quint's little dribble he got set up there. As it now sends high, Spoods finds the one demo. This gives Saints a second or two to try and make something, but should be back up by now. Spoods trying to set it towards that middle. Kamal taking it into the air. Is there another Saint to finish this off is the question. Spood, not enough boost to do much.
Oh, that was very aggressive by Quint. He was the last man, played above the midline, actually gets a shot on net, almost finds the back of the net. Now Og going to get the second save there. Now going to go for the outbreak. Quint is going to be there for the deny, but it is going to go back toward the Saints net. Is going to get kicked aside there. Og almost getting on the score sheet, trying to get Carolina back in this game. Spoods end-to-end nose. Oh, Spoods somehow keeping it on his nose the entire time, but not going to find the net. And St. Clair just trying to burn this clock and trying to get a goal in some pretty stylistic fashion as well, it would seem.
Yeah, Spoods balancing the ball like a seal there from net to net, bringing it all the way. I think he wanted to just send it into the net with the ball, like.
Yeah, he was trying to walk that one in like it was rugby or something. Yeah, he's like, I'm not, you know, I'll just take this myself, boys. Don't worry about it. Solar, not going to quite have the boost to get the play there. Spoods will be there to try to play the middle. Now Kamal will be the one to receive it. He's going to play that one out. Spoods and Quint playing that backside now. Maybe they can set some kind of passing play up here. Spoods still has possession. Going to wall ride for a bit and get that second touch as well. So Spoods, great job of playing keep away in South Carolina's end so far.
Oh, is that one going to weave it in? Wind just dropping it from above. I think he just ran out of boost.
He hit the
and
reset.
Wasn't able to
double reset, and it went off the bottom of his car. Quinn
wow.
Double reset off the ceiling, 0 boost, and rides it on the bottom right tire to drive it into the net. The Saints, man, they were looking for something kind of like that. You can tell they're kind of fishing for it. You know, they're throwing the feelers out there, seeing what they can get away with, and eventually Quinn going to get away with an absolute beauty of a goal. And just like we said in Game 1, the 3-0 lead at this point should be pretty much all but game over.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. Really, really hard to score 3 whole goals in that time, especially up against some Saints defense that, you know, has definitely rallied back since that first game. Bit of a blunder there in Game 1, but now here in Game 2, we're seeing a clean 3-0 here coming into the end of the game. Last 15 seconds going to come in. Quint trying to find one. Cats just barely taps it off the post, but Spoods to finish it off.
Yeah. Who else but Spoods? I believe that might be a hat trick for Mr. Spoods as well. I think he got the first 2 goals, and I think that's going to be his third, so
should be.
Great job by Quint there to be on the setup. And once again, Mr. Monsoon going to rear his face for one more goal for the Saints. And as we said, 4-0, 13 seconds left. It's looking like it'll be a 1-1 series, you know, barring anything crazy happening last minute. And the way this game has gone, I wouldn't doubt it. They're going to send Kamal to outer space with a bump there. South Carolina is just about done with this game, and I cannot blame them. Complete reversal of fortune from Game 1, and the Saints are now going to even things up 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's more of the Saints I was expecting to see come onto the play here. I don't know what it was. They were cold in Game 1, maybe. Yeah, it was Scarab Curse. Like, well, also your 3-0 like prediction caster curse. Like, that happens too. Meanwhile, me, I don't get cursed. They're going to 3-1 him right now.
Yeah, it's not, there's no 9-3 curse, 3-1 curse is Rocket League. Yeah, no, I think Spood's there too. I think 3 goals on 7 shots. So the Saints clearly lighting up the lamp, finding the opportunities. You can clearly see when they kind of flip the switch. A lot of good team. That's the sign of like a really, really good / great team is depending on the situation, they can kind of like wake up and hit the switch and like, okay, like, that's the serious time now. Put the Scarab away. You know, we dropped the game.
All right, guys, lean into your monitors a little bit.
Exactly. You know, hunch back, lean into that, get all up in it. Now, Game 3 underway. Both teams trying to find the lead here and, you know, go on game point next round.
Yeah, and a quick pass. It's actually going to fly by Quinto, not able to convert off of that. Og setting one up, and there's the tap off the post, assisted by Cats. Og gonna find the first one. I think that's his first goal of the series here, as well as those Cats and Solar, who found most of those in the first game. And there it is. Og finding another quick one, you know, just saying, all right, Saints, you had your game. Now we're coming back.
And that was such a good read off the post, too. That was a really hard, like, that was kind of hard to adjust the body in midair there, you know, change direction, but fantastic job to read it, knowing it goes off the post. Ooh, a couple of misses there, but no harm for South Carolina for the time being. Quint, going to be the one, but is going to get demoed, so now South Carolina, a little bit of attitude to start off things in game 3.
Yeah, 3 players now in this zone. Quint back up for the defense. Kamal on the save. Cats digging for it in this corner. Kamal not going to let it happen. Couple, and it looks like they're still playing.
Yeah.
Almost seemed like some disconnects there, but not sure if the party actually disconnects you from the game there in Rocket League, but everyone's still playing, and Quint
disconnect that, Quint said.
Yeah, disconnect that goal. Quint gonna find the first one, evening it back up for the Saints. Little assist there from Kamal as well.
Kamal almost blocked that one on the way in, so he had to dive out of there, protect the president style, get out of the way there for Quint to, you know, open it up there. And now, tied up at 1s. Game 3 underway. Now both teams, you know, we've seen the 3-0 for both sides, or I think it was 4-0 for the Saints last game, or 4-1. So we've seen both teams have a pretty dominating win now. We see a dead even match through 20% through game 3. So curious to see what happens. The Saints, though, over the middle, threatening early on.
Spoods and Quint really trying these just slow drop down setups from the air. They've been trying it all since last game, now into this game. Spoods there on the save. Solar is going to fly by him. Cat's also going to whiff there, but Spoods was looking for a bump and not for the ball.
Yeah, and, you know, it's okay to throw that weight around a little bit. If South Carolina comes out, demos you a couple times, you know, you gotta get a couple back for pride, though. You know, you can't get walked over on the pitch here. But now, goals ultimately is what's going to decide the game in South Carolina. Threatened back the other way. Saints are going to play it. Spoods. Maybe a little steal there from Kamal, but he's going to win both 50s. Kamal is going to get demoed, though, so a little bit of a breakup for the Saints, but looks like Cat's not able to quite play that as he wanted to. And now Quint going to send it back through the middle, and a little bit of ping pong for the time being. Both teams just trying to find that good outlet pass to break out. Ooh, Spoods. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't think it hit the ground there for like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Quint, little whiff on a bouncing ball there.
I've seen a lot of whiffs this game, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I know, from both sides.
I know,
too.
that's
like,
in general.
I can't even pick out a specific player because everyone's whiffing.
Yeah, Spoods, great job there to get that spike and get that save. Quint still trying to brute force this one down mid. Demo is going to come through on Kamal, and a huge bump. Cat's going to get a massive pump there, I think, as well. So all the Saints just getting knocked around in South Carolina's end, not able to find the angles they want quite yet. And as you said, we've seen a whole lot of back and forth this game after that first minute. So curious to see what team can finally, you know, break through here and find that second goal, because for all the messing around the Saints kind of did and all the whiffs we've seen, this is a tie game that can still very much go either way.
Yeah, 100% with 2 minutes left on the clock. A 2-1 ending scoreline is looking much, much more plausible. Kamal, the demo comes in, but the save not there from Spoods, as Cats and Solar are gonna find another one. Spoods and Quint there battling it out in the goal line, but Cats getting his body in there, tapping it in, confirming that lead for South Carolina. Saints, you gotta kick it into gear right now. You got 2 minutes left before you put South Carolina on series point here.
Yeah, and even if you feel super confident, being down 2-1 is never the ideal situation, so you really want to, you know, get out in front of this one. It is only a 1-goal lead, so this is very much, you know, they have all the time in the world to get it back. Spoods trying to get it done by himself. Now Quint's going to be there for the follow. Not able to find that second touch. Kamal is going to be there for the follow, and bang, home. Going to send that one in, and the Saints just like that. Now 2-2, $1:40 to play. Someone trying to still take the edge in this series.
Yeah, both teams with great setups here onto the net. And I really like the way the Saints are keeping this consistent pressure. But at the same time, South Carolina is finding these openings that, in the end, pressure is one thing, but goals are the other. Solar just going to save that. Spoods pass down to Kamal, and he's going to snipe that top corner. Now, 3-2 for the Saints, taking the lead in what felt like 10 seconds off of that kickoff.
Yeah, that was a great pass, and once again, Kamal has been picking corners all semester long, just unsavable shots and Spoods. Once again, using every angle of the car, finding that assist, and now the Saints playing with the lead. Kickoff is going to go back the way towards our Og. Is going to take it over the middle. South Carolina threatening. They're going to get a great look on the net there, but Spoods is going to take that one away. Favorable bounce for the Saints there. Back to South Carolina's end. Quint there for the follow. Can a second man get there? Og is going to be the first one. Now Quint, once again, playing in the corner, going to retreat. Spood's going to be there for the follow. Has boost, has time to play with. Going to go for the reset, maybe leaving it for a man. Looks like Solar going to whiff. Kamal going to be there for the follow. So once again, oh, great little double touch there. South Carolina almost got a little pretty lucky there.
Yeah, Kamal having to send it into that left corner, away from the post. Spoods and Quint now setting something up. Cats, he's going to bounce by him, but Solar with the clear. Kamal, this is the pressure that I'm talking about. They're able to keep it in the zone for a while. Not if you're going to whiff like that. Kamal finds the demo onto Cats. That should be a bouncer, but Cats up just in time.
Yeah, now Quint once again in the corner. Not a lot of boost to play with. Can he find another double reset? No boosted. For the time being, Og just going to go to play it. Very slow play. Kamal's going to get the steal, but Og going to bump him out of the way. Oh, and Spoods takes it off the nose. A very, very strange play in the middle area. And just like that, the Saints going to double up on their lead. Og not getting quite what he wanted. Goes to bump Quint out of the way, and Cats just no way ready to save that. And just like that now, we've got 2-4, 2-4 on either side of the scoreboard.
He absolutely robbed South Carolina with that goal. Wow. 3 players, and they were all just like battling for it, dribbling it, and Smooth just comes in, you know, with his 20 boost. Zoom, and snipes it.
And yoink.
And that should be the game all but closed here. 10 seconds left. Granted, South Carolina trying to get something ready here, but now too much time to bring it back towards that other side. Here it is, the game gonna be closed off 2-1 for the Saints, but a much, much closer game for South Carolina than game 2 there.
Yeah, we're starting to see the series, you know, the balance, you know, the scales are kind of starting to tip. They're a little bit balanced. The Saints obviously now having the slight advantage, but we saw, like decimations in game 1 and 2, and now game 3, we've seen an extremely even game. So it's really interesting to see like the dynamic and how different like the same game can play out over the course of a series. The Saints, and that last game especially is like, I think something was just kind of in the air because we saw, I swear, 50 misses from both teams combined.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And look at this, 9 shots from the side of South Carolina, 5 from the Saints, and 4 of those were goals.
Yeah, that's called making the most of your opportunities, and the Saints did just that the entire time. So very, very good job. And as I say, South Carolina looking to now come back and make this a 2-2 series.
Yeah, we are going to be getting back into this game in just a second here, but in the end, South Carolina, now this is game point for you guys. Yeah. You gotta make it work here, and they definitely have shown that they can.
Yeah.
So now the question is, can they step up to, you know, some of this? I don't even know.
What's the word? It's a strange series, isn't it?
I don't know how to describe the play that St. Clair is making right now, because it looks like they're just trying to go for crazy stuff.
Off meta.
Yeah,
sure.
Off meta. rogue comp here.
Vigilante Rocket League from the side of St. Clair the first couple games. But South Carolina, once again, just playing very, very simple, fundamental league. And just like that, Solar going to get on the board only 13 seconds in. So once again, the Saints early deficit, and Kamal not exactly the play he wanted there, but Solar more than happy to take advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't knock the hustle there. All 3 players, you see the opening for the triple commit, and we all know how risky it is, but South Carolina seems to be the absolute goats of making it work in the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, 2 goals back-to-back in early games like that. So now they're going to try to build off that lead, but as we said before, when the Saints are down, lots of time to play with. They seem to find goals, not at will, I don't want to say that, because they only scored 2 or 3 times last game, but when they really, you know, put the pedal to the metal, try to get these passing plays going, they seem to do quite well. Off-angle shot, second touch, not going to come through. Spoods there for the follow. What a bump by Kamal, too, but the ball not going to pass that goal line. And now Kamal, no boost, going to try to play it again. Spoods trying to send it toward the middle there, not going to be followed up, and it looks like Solar and Cats, maybe a little mix-up there, but they should get the clear here.
Yeah. Gonna fly right by Quint. Only Spoods is set up here for defense. Not too much boost to Quint's name either, and it's gonna fly right off Quint and into that net.
Yeah, and just like an Og's player card, that defense unfortunately was a bit of a trash fire for the side of the Saints. Not really able to find the rotation there. Once again, South Carolina. Dumpster fire. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know why I said trash fire. I know what it was, but South Carolina going to take the early lead nonetheless. The Saints going to be feeling not too great, and once again, the Saints are like pretty heavily committing up on this midline too, and I think that might start to be a slight issue if they can't defend properly.
Yeah, Spoods trying to get another one of those nose dribbles and
handoff.
Yeah, literally an air handoff here. We're seeing more football than soccer today.
Look at perfect. That's actually clean.
Yeah, that was very clean. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Great job by Spood and Quint there to hook up right down the middle. And hey, if you're the Saints, just run that play back one more time. Draw it up one more time. Try to get it going. Now, get a little momentum on your side. You try to build off it. Try to not let South Carolina get right back in the score box here. You know, try to at least get a little bit of time. Spood's little flip for shoulder is going to get the clear nonetheless, though. And going to be on target as well. Quint going to get there for the follow. Is going to win the 50, but looks like Og should be able to. Another whiff. Oh, Kamal and Quint can maybe find it, but luckily Solar going to be there.
Yeah, Spood's keeping it in this zone. Is that going to be it? Og, perfect position for that save. Great defense from South Carolina. You really can't knock it with how many shots have been so close to getting in here. Spood set one up off the backboard. Going to be cleared out by Cats. Og taking it now deep. Only Spood's in position for some saves here. The rest of the Saints are going to make it in time.
Quint gonna look on there, is gonna leave it for Kamal into the net. Now Kamal gonna go for the wall, is gonna lose the 50 there. Solar, now Quint gonna be the first man there. Cat's gonna be waiting in the wings there, gonna send it. Spoods should have some boost here. He's gonna take to the skies, maybe try to go off the ceiling, get that reset, try to find the second touch! Off the backboard, Spoods gonna get it all done alone, and just like that, all evened up at twos. Look at the effort from Spoods. Perfect job to get the reset, that second flick, and the touch off the backboard. Absolute thing of beauty.
That's just one of those goals that feels good.
Yeah, that exactly. Yeah, you know the feeling.
Yeah, that's just one of those goals that gets you hyped about yourself. You know, bit of an ego booster
I was
there.
Gonna say, yeah,
if I would say anything.
South Carolina though, gonna come right back down, and as we said, that goal was all fantastic and everything. It only tied the game though. The Saints, both teams are still trying to find this leading goal. The Saints do have a lot of pressure. Spoods, they are not even gonna let him try. All gonna send Spoods flying and almost gonna put it in his own net in the process. So you can see South Carolina, they do not want to mess with Spoods in front of the net anymore, and it's almost going to cost them back there, but they are going to send it down toward the Saints net. Kamal is going to be there and deny that before it can get going.
Yeah, Spoods meeting Og in the air. It's Spoods with the touch. Now Quint going to whiff that second touch there as Solar to clean it out. Kamal sending it over towards midfield. Bounces up over Quint. But Quint's in position. Og not able to touch it from back inside the net. The Saints somehow pull that one back on the defense. And now it's back to offense for them. Trying to set something up. Kamal gonna hit it high. No one from South Carolina really to bat this out of the zone. Now Solar getting something set up. Og really likes to be inside of this net here.
Yeah, you can tell players have their preferences. Oh, the outlet pass was absolutely perfect. Quint gonna get denied on the goal line there. Now Spoods, once again, take to the skies. Gonna get bullied out there by Cat, so not gonna hold possession. Quint gonna lose the 50 as well, so South Carolina, this might be their golden chance. Kamal gonna do his best here to win that 1v1. He's gonna clear it for the time being. Quint is gonna make the save, and maybe one of the Saints can get here first. Lose the 50 once more. Ball is still careening right in front of the Saints net. They are just begging for this thing to get out at this point. Og try to make a play here. A little reset. Second touch. Not going to find it. Solar there for the second and third touch. Denied by Kamal and Spoods back to back. And now the bump comes through as well. So the Saints trying dearly to hold on to this tie for the time being. And they're just trying to get this ball out right now. South Carolina is all over the place.
Yeah, it's something like 4 or 5 shots coming out from South Carolina in that one play there in Saints zone. Now 45 seconds left on the clock. Cat's trying to get something started. Solar coming through the middle, but it's denied by Quint. A clear out, going to be caught by Og. Now Quint, Spoods and Quint, they've been the offensive duo of this game, trying to get stuff set up. Kamal here for the saves, fighting it out in the corner. He's going to win it off from Cats. Now sent up towards the air. Set up for Solar. Cats comes in, and there's the goal. South Carolina, you are 20 seconds away from making this 2-2 and bringing us to that decisive Game 5. Dare I say that hype Game 5 that we are building up to here. Saints, on the other hand, 20 seconds, you got to make this happen.
Yeah, and honestly, with the way South Carolina was playing offense there, not surprising in the slightest they found that goal. They had like 7-8 really good shot attempts as well. Not just, throwing it on net. Kamal, massive demo. The Saints are going to try to find that space. Spood's going to get the touch. Going to go back for the Saints net, so they have one more half-decent shot here. Kamal going to try to start things. Spood's there, second touch. Going to be there for the follow. It is going to get knocked away, though. And South Carolina is going to push us on to Game 5 here in NECC, and it is now sudden death, winner take all.
I was not expecting this intense of a set here in week 3. Like, what a back and forth set we've had. Game 1 going straight South Carolina's way. Game 2 going straight Saints' way. And now both teams kind of, you know, picked out the little intricacies from each team. And they're battling back and forth, shutting down exactly what each team likes to do. We've seen these like finesse plays from Spoods and Quint. And now South Carolina, you know, they're getting used to it. They're adjusting towards it. But then Saints have to adjust from this sheer onslaught of shots they're getting from South Carolina. Three-man pressure pretty well coming in that zone. And while it does leave them open, it also leaves them open to goals like that. Gives them those opportunities, and you're only getting that if you've got all 3 players there helping out. Wow, what an angle from Og.
Looks like Quentin Spoods may have had a little miscommunication or a misfire. 2 members eyeing down the ball, neither going to chase it. That will leave you in a world of hurt, especially if it's in the crease. South Carolina, once again, just maximizing the chances. They see a window, they're taking it. You know, they're opening the window, running right through it, jumping in, and the Saints trying to get back in the score sheet here. They're trying to get a couple shots back-to-back. Spoods and Quint maybe tied up a little bit. Spoods, great job to get by the defender. Going to set up Quint. All the attention in the world to Spoods, and Quint just going to backdoor that one, walk in and find the goal. And just like that, the Saints get it right back.
Yeah, evening it out once again. Same story we saw last game here. We're getting a bit of a repeat. As now coming in onto this kickoff. It's going to go Kamal's way. Quint going to be chasing it down. Spoods set up for the interception. Og finds the demo onto Kamal, but at least it's in that South Carolina zone, so they're Saints able to have a few seconds to let Kamal get back up and running here. Kamal in full force here now in midfield, sending it up high. Quint going to come in with a touch. It's going to go straight to Katz in net.
And I got to say, Spoods has been an absolute weapon, like controlling the ball in the offensive end this entire game. He looks like he can put the ball on top of the car, go take to the air, and get through a bunch of members. He has been an absolute demon in this end. And now, going to go again, find the reset. Not going to get it through this time. Og is going to be there for the deny, and the demo is going to come through. South Carolina opens up a lot. Quint with a great save. Second touch, though. Nobody home for the Saints, and Og going to find yet another one. And the Saints now down 2-1 with 3:45 left in this decider.
This is what I'm talking about with this seemingly never-ending pressure from South Carolina. That wasn't even... Og was the same player who set that up. It wasn't even like a rotate out and the third man coming in. He just did a full 360 and went back in for that shot, and he's able to make it work. And I can't really question it at this point. They're able to make this seemingly super, super risky offense work. And now wide open net from the Saints. 3 players going to be back on that rotation towards it. But now it's how much resources are you putting into the defense? Katz, great save, able to shut down Quint's aerial play he's trying to make there. Spoods sending it back over. We're getting ping pong upon ping pong here. Quint going to be battled out of the corner there as Katz tries to get something set up, but overall we're just going back and forth.
Literally dead ball at midfield.
Yeah, now caught at midfield.
Now the Saints back in their end. Kamal going to try to play this one out. Going to be one out there by Og. South Carolina, we already know they're threatening on that backside. Great pass off the backboard. Net looks pretty clear. 2 Saints are going to commit, though. Quint is going to walk away with a save. And now back the other way. Going to try to make something happen on offense. Off the nose still. Going to go for that second touch. Going to Saint follow. Not quite Solar. Going to shut that one down before it can get going. Now Spoods back to the air. Going to get that first touch. Still has possession. Going to hit that reset as well. Second little touch as well. Great job. Is going to get demoed there as Quinton. Now Kamal trying to find the second touch. Will he get the angle? Not going to quite get the angle on Og there. And now back into the corner once more. Spoods going to get the reset. Try to find something over the middle. Going to see Quint. And Spoods going to draw all the attention. 3 pairs of eyes watching Spoods. Quint once again going to just backdoor that one, and the Saints now back even at 2. Look at all 3 members looking at Spoods' car, I believe, and Quint flying across the screen, going to bury that one. And just like we said, 2:20 to play to see who's going to walk away with this win.
And I think those are the aerial setups that really, really work for the Saints. We've seen a lot of trying to just take it from Saints net and air dribble it all the way to the other net, and it makes a flashy solo play, but in the end, you're going to have South Carolina rotating in time. You've got Katz there in net. You've got Og there ready for the saves, and it just doesn't end up working out. You got to make these duo plays like we just saw from Spoods and Quint there. Now tied up, 1 minute 50 left in the game here. Both teams, every single goal means everything now.
Yeah, and the way we've seen some, I'll call them strange goals, the way it's whether it's been like an incredible aerial play, almost like a lack of defense off angles. I wouldn't be surprised to see a very, very, dirty and, grungy goal to be the decider in this series. But the Saints got to get this one out of their zone if they want to go score. Now Spoods, once again, going to be the man to try to take it out. Quint with a great little touch there. Is going to get demoed, though, by Og. Spoods, once again, back to the skies. Been saying it all day. No boost, though, to follow. So, going to have to give up on that one. Now Og over the middle. Great touch. Almost going to get through for the South Carolina there. The Saints are going to deny that one. Back to the midfield. Now Kamal going to try to set something up. Nobody there to quite follow it, though. So, it looks like Cass will be the first one back toward the Saints zone. And just like half this game, there's goal, and then just a lot of back and forth. Going to be a whiff there by Quint. The Saints are going to find that demo, though. So, trying to clear space and trying to get this ball out of their zone right now.
Yeah, for sure, and we've seen a lot of that in this past minute here. Spoods even taking it to the skies with no boost to his aim, just to stall out for a second to allow Quint to get back up. Now here's the pressure coming in from South Carolina. Og, there's the angle. So good at just weaving it past and in between these defenders here. And there's the lead going to South Carolina. And now, with all that time wasted since the tie-up, 42 seconds on the line here. This is it for the series.
Yeah, the Saints better pull a rabbit out here because they got some time to work with, but the way this game has gone, they haven't really found any substantial chances the last like minute and a half, 2 minutes at this point, so they got to find some way. Great bump there. Net's wide open though, Cats. Gonna bury that one, and that is an absolute killer if you're the Saints. I wonder what happened here. We know Cats got the goal. Just a shot from the middle. Just a floater. Kamal not going to get there, and Spoods maybe thought he had more time, maybe trying to avoid Og on that goal line, but whatever way you want to spin it, South Carolina is 30 seconds off winning this series.
Yeah, I think I might have recursed us by saying I can't get cursed on my prediction.
Yeah, I think we're
South Carolina, not only did they take that second game, which I already wasn't predicting, but now they're 20 seconds away from taking Game 5 here and the series as a whole, and unless Spoods and Quinn set something up right now, that is definitely going to be the series. 10 seconds left. You're not scoring 2 goals in that time. South Carolina are going to take Week 3 in the NECC.
Yeah, fantastic series by South Carolina. They take Game 1 in absolutely convincing fashion, drop Game 2 in a similar but reverse fashion. Then we see couple back and forth games, but the Saints look like they just either ran out of gas, made a couple, not maybe careless mistakes, potentially, uncharacteristic mistakes, and in such a game where you have such a small window for mistakes, that can potentially cost you a series, and as we see tonight, it has done just that.
Yeah, and I think you pointed it out a lot too. A lot of the mistakes just seemed more like miscommunications
from the whole lobby in general. Yeah,
more than just a mechanical error. It seemed like just a lot of miscommunication between these teammates, and it's something that's very out of character for Saints Rocket League. So, but everyone has those weeks like that, and South Carolina coming in with a strong week of their own. Coming in, Og and Cats on some of those angles were just absolutely flying in and nailing these goals through the Saints defenders. No misplays to be talked about from the Saints. The South Carolina, just some of those goals, they just shot better.
Yeah, and the good thing is about Rocket League, every goal is worth the same. So even if it looks amazing and it's, put that on your TikTok highlights, or if it's just a slow roller, empty net, someone got bumped or demoed, they're all worth the same in South Carolina. Even if they had less opportunities, a couple of the games in the Saints, they found ways to capitalize. And we saw that last game, especially just at the end, the Saints just kind of fell apart, and South Carolina was there to take it all and run with it. And they did just that. And they're going to walk away. They're going to get their first win, I believe, of NECC. The Saints going to go down to 0-2, still chasing that first win in this season.
Yeah, that is going to, they're going to have to sit with that one for a week. But coming in later on this week, speaking of, we've already talked about it a few times here this week, but weekend are going to have no broadcasts for us, but we still are going to be coming to you guys tomorrow night with some Rocket League and CSGO action. Ooh, so first time CSGO here on the broadcast. I can't wait to cast it personally. I think it's going to be a great little time there and something new, something fresh for you guys watching as well. Great to support some more Saints Academy teams as well. Yeah,
it's been super refreshing to get R6 Academy back, Counter-Strike coming back. Me and you, we played all day. We won't talk about the results. Overwatch 2 coming back next week. I think those will start potentially Tuesday, maybe later in the week once the servers actually start working again, like where they can trust custom games. So huge week, and then the week after, obviously, as you said, the weekend going to be off, but lots of good stuff coming up. I believe tomorrow it'll start at 6 p.m. is Rocket League, and then I think CS goes either at 7 or 8 o'clock, so they're pretty much going to be back-to-back, so start tuning in at 6. You'll catch the rest of the stream as we go on, and unless we have anything else, those are my final thoughts, at least for the time being.
Pretty well, yeah. What a nail-biter of a series at the end there, but that is going to close us out for the night. I'm Josh Fundy Pafundi, joined once again by Daniel Jobin. It's been another amazing night here on the Saints broadcast. Want to thank you all for watching, and we're going to take our leaves, probably go play some Overwatch realistically. Let's pray those servers are back up and working. So you guys, hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. Have a good one.
Gonna take to the skies here, maybe try to find something, try to, get this one by a defender, but Katz is gonna be there to put a stop to it. And once again, South Carolina, passing play over the middle, tic-tac-toe, and Katz. Thing is, the Saints, for all the time they spent in South Carolina's end, I don't think they've had more than 2 shots. Katz gonna knock one down over the middle, Og, there for the follow, now the third man comes, Solar, gonna be there for Booze. Now Katz, once again, trying to get this breakout for South Carolina. It's been a lot slower offensively for, Carolina this game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you didn't get that momentum off of that initial play there, and
Spoods getting on the score sheet, trying to get Carolina back in this game. Spoods, end-to-end, nose. Oh, Spoods somehow keeping it on his nose the entire play up here. Spoods still has possession, gonna wall ride for a bit, and get that second touch as well. So Spoods, great job of playing keep away in South Carolina's end so far.
Oh, is that one gonna weave it in? Weird of a blunder there in game 1, but now here in game 2, we're seeing a clean 3-0 here coming into the end of the game. Last 15 seconds going to come in. Quint trying to find one. Katz just barely taps it off. Yeah, and a quick pass. It's actually going to fly by Quint, though, not able to convert off of that. Og setting one up, and there's the tap off the post. And it looks like they're still playing. Almost seemed like some disconnects there, but not sure if the party actually disconnects you from the game there in Rocket League, but everyone's still playing, and Quint
disconnect that Quint's in front of this one. It is only a 1-goal lead, so this is very much, they have all the time in the world to get it back. Spoods trying to get it done by himself. Now Quint's going to be there for the follow. Not able to find that second touch. Kamal is going to be there for the follow, and bang, home.
South Carolina is finding these openings that, in the end, pressure is one thing, but goals are the other. Solar just gonna save that. Spoods pass down to Kamal, and he's gonna snap.
Play with, can he find another double reset? No, boosted. For the time being, Og just gonna go to play it. Very slow play. Kamal's gonna get the steal, but Og gonna bump him out of the way. Oh, and Spoods takes it off the nose of, looks like Solar and Katz. Maybe a little mix up there, but they should get the clear here.
Yeah. Gonna fly right by Quint. Only Spoods is set up here for defense. Not too much boost to Quint's name either.
I know what it was, but South Carolina gonna take the early lead nonetheless. The Saints gonna be feeling not too great, and once again, the Saints are pretty heavily committing up on this midline too, and I think that might start to be a slight issue if they can't defend properly.
Yeah, Spoods trying to get another one of those nose dribbles and
handoff.
Yeah.
Gonna be waiting in the wings there, gonna send it. Spoods should have some boost here. He's gonna take to the skies. Maybe try to go off the ceiling, get that reset, try to find the second touch. Off the backboard, Spoods.
Off from Katz. Now sent up towards the air. Set up for Solar. Katz comes in, and there's the goal. Towards it, but then Saints have to adjust from this sheer onslaught of shots they're getting from South Carolina. Three-man pressure pretty well coming in that zone, and while it does leave them open, it also leaves them open to goal.
Carolina once again just maximizing the chances. They see a window, they're taking it. They're opening the window, running right through it, jumping in, and the Saints trying to get back in the score sheet here. They're trying to get a couple shots back to back. Spoods and Quint maybe tied up a little bit. Spoods, great job to get by the defender, gonna set up Quint. All the attention in the world demon in this end, and now gonna go again, find the reset. Not gonna get it through this time. Og is gonna be there for the deny, and the demo is gonna come through. South Carolina opens up a lot. Quint with a great save. Second touch though. Nobody home for the Saints, and Og. Demo there is Quint, and now Kamal trying to find the second touch. Will he get the angle? Not gonna quite get the angle on Og there, and now back into the corner once more. Spoods gonna get the reset, try to find something over the middle. Gonna see Quint, and Spoods.